Hello friends, today we'll be doing some more for Sandbox². Thank you so much for joining me today. I also appreciate it so much. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and view the community posts. So, this time, we're going to see what happens if we move all of the inner planets. We're going to move them all onto Earth's orbit. And we're going to see how this works out. Now the thing is, they won't really be on Earth's orbit, as the tilts of their orbit are going to prevent them from that. But this is close enough, right? Okay, so here we have it. Now, Earth. Ooh, Venus is getting really close to Earth. See how that ends up. Venus is just so close to Earth that you can see it from Earth. I think they're like orbiting next to each other now. But of course, when we speed up time, the orbits, they will be going crazy. You see, if we do that, oh, I don't think much happened. Oh yeah, Earth and Venus are doing stuff to each other's orbits. If you do this, oh, nothing's really happening as I expected. Oh, something is happening. I think Earth and Venus, they are messing with each other's orbits. Okay, so we tried that. But what if we got rid of every planet's tilt? Now, of course, orbits are going to be everywhere, because the asteroids, their orbits are so tilted, some of them are now going to go into Earth's orbit. So now the solar system is just one big flat disk. So far, not much is happening, although Earth, Mars, and Venus have been having close encounters with each other and Mercury. But if we speed this up, you can see that change there. Earth is getting pushed further in, and Mars is starting to follow the orbit of Venus. Oh, also Jupiter and... oh no, that's Earth ejecting planets. Earth just ejected Mars and Venus. Now it's just Earth and Mercury. Which Earth is most likely going to either eject Mercury, or Mercury's going to become a moon of it. Well, I'm pretty sure this is also going to have an effect on the outer solar system, though that's not really what the video is about. The outer solar system seems to be going crazy. Neptune's orbit is crossing many of these other smaller objects now. And Sedna's orbit is going crazy. Oh, this is the object I was trying to show y'all last time. 2015 TG 387. You see, that orbit there is longer than Sedna's. There's also an object that goes it goes further from the sun, twice as far as this object. It's called 2014 FE72. And then there's a lot of comets that go further than that. So basically, Earth and Mercury are now on the opposite sides of the sun. Oh, not anymore. They're starting to get closer. There we go. Now Earth is going to be making all these close encounters with Mercury. Is it like going to eject Mercury anytime soon? It's not doing anything to Mercury. So Mercury is most likely to stay that way. So the change has affected Mercury's orbit a lot. It's also ejected Mars and Venus. And it's affected Earth's orbit a lot because now years are only 11 months long. This means years end in November now. Well, 11.2 months. Maybe it might peak into December, but if it does, it's most likely the early half of December. Wow. So Neptune is doing a lot to the outer solar system. Who knew Saturn focused on the inner system would actually affect the outer system? Mars is now completely frozen. How's Venus? Venus is still 6 degrees Celsius. It's dropping like crazy. It's moving almost at the speed of light. So basically, Venus's atmosphere is gonna keep it warm for a while. And Mars is gonna get completely frozen over. And now that's gonna be and if with Earth and Mercury, with their orbits like this, Mercury, well, for a few, probably about few hundred years or something, Mercury will be on the opposite side of the sun as Earth. And for a few more hundred years, they'll both be so close you can see Mercury every night. Probably either every 100 years or 50 years or 20 years or so. Oh, I think Earth is messing with Mercury's orbit now. All those close encounters. Earth could mess Mercury up a lot. But somehow it's not. You see, even if you put it on fast, if you make it like really, really fast, Earth... Oh! So it actually does eject Mercury after 500 years. But once it does, Earth gets closer to the sun. Now years are every 6 months, that's half a year. And now after Earth ejects Mercury, Earth becomes the new Venus because it gets closer to the sun, it gets hotter, and then its atmosphere goes crazy, like the atmosphere of Venus, and so now Earth is a white ball, just like Venus. Does it still have water? So it still has a lot of water. Coming close to the sun is actually flooding it. You'd think it would evaporate the water. Well, it has evaporated it in some places and melted. Not melted, what the heck. It's evaporated in some places and flooded. Wow. So, I guess In winter, which is now shorter because Earth's year is now half of what's usually its year, in each winter, I guess all these places flood. But maybe each summer, all the water from the floods evaporates, and the Bay of Bengal also evaporates. And the Persian Gulf connects to the Mediterranean in winter, and in summer it evaporates. Wow. And all year round, Canada and Russia are gone. Well, except Russia's eastern coast is still there, and Canada's western and eastern coasts are still there. Wow. Most of the US is flooded all year round, except for the western half, which gets floods in the winter, I guess. And the eastern half, well, basically the east coast, which is flooded mostly all year round. But there's these islands that form in Ohio, Canada, Michigan, Indiana, and that's probably Michigan and Wisconsin. There's Minnesota, and it also some islands also form in Ontario, maybe. Yeah, Ontario. So it's no longer the Great Lakes, now it's the Great Sea. And somehow Florida is still alive. So you'd think it would be flooded if the whole middle of the US was flooded. And somehow Florida connects to Louisiana. So the whole US is connected by Florida. Wow. I think over time the areas that flood, they're becoming less and less, maybe. And the lands that are dry, there's more and more because the heat. Oh, wow. So the whole Amazon floods in winter. Now, in summer, usually over here, in summer, Earth is probably about 223 degrees Celsius, or 434 degrees Fahrenheit. And in winter, Earth is 421 degrees Fahrenheit and 216 degrees Celsius. Yet somehow this half of Earth's orbit is cooler when this area here is winter, and somehow this area is warmer when this is supposed to be summer. Because summer is when it's closest. So I guess now fall is hot and spring is cold. Wow. Well, it appears that is all for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and view the community posts. Where is it? Have a good day and a good night. Goodbye.